So you've seen these people that seem to have an infinite amount of energy, and they seem happy, and they're not stressed, they're calm, but they're confident, and they live boldly. But they have this laser focus. They're able to get so much done and with so much concentration, but they're also able to be goofy and live their best life. And you're just thinking, what are they on? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, you're going to sell me this like weird drink or pill. No. Hi, I'm Mylène Junot, and I am digging lifestyle medicine with you and coaching. And today we are going to be talking about how to get to your best life on your own supply. So I am generally a very happy, high energy person. And people used to ask me all the time, what are you on, right? Have you ever asked anybody that question? What are you on? And I used to say something like, I'm on life. But then I heard Wim Hof say, I'm high on my own supply. And I thought, this is awesome. I'm stealing this. Thank you, Wim Hof. So how do we get there? How do we get high on our own supply? Our own body has this capability of making all these drugs. They have like morphine-like opiates, cannabis-like endocannabinoids, and all sorts of hormones from adrenaline to NBDF, neurotropic brain derived factor, and it's boosting your memory, it's boosting your confidence, it's reducing your stress, it's making you happier, calmer, it reduces the pain you're gonna feel. So really, it increases your brain plasticity. So it used to be taught and told and believed that the brain could not heal, that you could not form new neurons later in life. And this has been completely debunked. It's not true. So how do you get there? How do you get to this place where you can grow and feel amazing? So you're going to transform your body into this drug making manufacturer. It's legal. It's not going to create an addiction, and it's just going to enhance your life. And it's not going to come with the side effects that all these pills are going to come with. So hear me out. The first thing that's really going to boost your potential to making these chemicals is exercise. And I know you've heard this before. Just a little is going to improve just a little how you feel. A little more is going to improve a little more how you feel. And initially, your stamina is not going to be the same, because in order to make all of these compounds, your body is going to have the enzymes to make the compounds, the receptors that these compounds are going to bind to make all of this chain reaction happen. Your body will need to build this. So you can't expect to like go out on your first run and immediately have the biggest runner's high ever. And not everybody gets runner's high, unfortunately, but it's just an example. Really, it goes to say that initially when you start working out, you're not going to have that stamina. And it's because even after 5, 10, 15 minutes of working out, even if your body gives it its all, it's not ready to make that much drug. It hasn't been trained. It hasn't been induced. It hasn't been poked enough that it's ready and it's got it in stock. You know, it's kind of like the first time ever that you go to your grocery store and you want something that usually not very many people buy. So during the pandemic, apparently at some point there was a yeast, like baker's yeast. Usually people buy a little bit. But all of a sudden, everybody started making bread, right? And so they all went to the store and asked for baker's yeast, and they ran out. And then what happened later on, like the stores ordered a stockpile because they were like, oh my gosh, clearly everybody wants this right now. And so it's the same for the chemicals that your body makes. Initially, you're asking for all of these drugs because you're exercising and your body is like, okay, I'm gonna try making a little more. And so that's why if you exercise a little, it's like you ask for a little baker's yeast, you're gonna get a little. And if you ask for a lot, you're eventually going to get a lot, but it will take time for the order to come through. So it's not a one and done, although after only one session, you are going to feel better. Now, intensity is important. Not everybody is going to be able to exercise at the same intensity, not at the beginning, and sometimes not never. But what's important is to start, do what you can with what you have when you can. Okay? Initially, we talk about the talk test. So you should be able to talk, not sing, if you want to be operating at a moderate intensity level. If you haven't exercised in a really long time, talk to your doctor, get maybe a stress test or a clearance from your doctor, or start very slow and increase gradually. You just don't want to put your body under too much stress if it's not ready for it and if it cannot take it. Okay, so, but like I said, a little leads to a little, and a little more leads to a little more. So if you don't see the progress that you wish you could see, and you're technically healthy and you can go all out, just slowly but surely do a little more, and you will get there, and you will be high on your own supply. So there are other things that were also associated with the production of endorphins and endocannabinoids and stuff like that. So other things that were shown was acupuncture, meditation, aromatherapy, getting a massage, things more like being engaged into something that was very meaningful to you, where you felt like you were part of something bigger than yourself, something like volunteering for a cause that's dear to your heart, or being in gratitude and things like that. And which is more, we can talk about this a little bit later, but there are kind of like different kinds of pleasures, and there's the pleasures that's associated with meaning and self-actualization and personal growth and all these things. And then there's like the immediate pleasure that is also associated with like certain foods and stuff like that. And laughing was actually associated with an increase in production of endorphins. So just to call a friend and just laugh away. And there were other things like, I mean, I referenced Wim Hof a little bit earlier, and he uses ice baths and a lot of breathing techniques. There's other people that have other kinds of breathing techniques. A lot of it is still engaging the diaphragm very heavily. Nose breathing engages the diaphragm a lot. It's very important, the same way I said about exercise, if you're going to start doing like heavy breathing, doing ice baths, or anything that's very intense, it's very important that you get some medical clearance, because it can be a very big stress on your body. It does not mean that it doesn't come with benefits if your body can take it. But it's really important that you get clearance so that you don't actually hurt yourself doing these things. So sometimes it's worth starting low, going slow, and doing all the steps and talking to your doctor and making sure that you're going to be safe, to be sure that you're going to be able to enjoy all of these amazing benefits, rather than just going all out, going very hard and thinking, well, she said the more the better, so I'm just going to give it my all, wipe myself out. I'm going to make all the endorphins and I'm going to feel great. Like we said, it's not a one and done anyway, and it's not worth injuring yourself for. That's really not what's going to feel amazing. But to reiterate, exercise is the probably most achievable, affordable, accessible, because you can start with like just short walks, which for most people is something that they can do. In other cases, maybe even just a little bit of upper body work. Breathing is probably another very accessible techniques. And then all the other ones that I mentioned, such as laughing, very affordable, very easy to do. So what's really important to think about is, what can you do right now? What can you start today? And where do you want to go? Why do you want to get there? Who needs you to be at your best? Are you in pain right now? Or are you suffering from a chronic disease? Are you under a lot of stress? Do you have anxiety? Do you have a scattered brain? Is it hard for you to focus? Do you wish you could accomplish more, better, faster? Do you wish you had a better memory? Do you wish that you could take on more responsibilities, more work, achieve more? Do you feel like you could serve better, serve more people, or serve at a higher level, have more patience, maybe with your family when you come back from work, have more energy left in your tank when you come back from work? What's your reason for transforming your body into a drug manufacturer that is going to be natural with very little side effects, if anything, just a ton of positive side effects, and just get you high on your own supply, being more patient, less stressed, more confident, have more energy, have a better memory, and the list goes on, have a better immune system? Who needs you right now? Why should you do this? Just get on it, get on that boat, write down what you can start doing today, and I will see you next time. I hope this was useful for you guys.